Good morning, everybody. It's great to be with you all. You know, we are living in some really interesting times right now. We've got a hurricane that's continuing to churn up the Baja coast, headed for San Diego. We'll have more on that in just a moment. Some of the guys are finding 77-degree water. That is awfully warm for Southern California, and the reason why we have so much Dorado up here in this neck of the woods, and another reason why many experts are pointing toward the fact that we might have wahoo in our local waters really soon. Tremendous fishing continuing, and also Bass Pro Shops this Saturday, 1 o'clock. We'll be doing a podcast there. Daiwa's got a lot of great gifts for you. Bass Pro Shops has got a lot of great gifts for you. We've got a great podcast for you. We'll see you Saturday. It is time for the morning briefing. Hey, good morning, my friends. It is so great to have you here for another morning briefing. Thousands of you are tuning in every single day, as many as 10,000 on one single day. We are so happy to be with you all, and we've got so much to cover. So let's go south of the border, and of course, what is on everybody's mind? Hurricane K. Hurricane K continues to churn up the Baja Peninsula, running about parallel. Looks like, if the projected path is correct, it's going to get within 250 miles of San Diego. You know, that hasn't happened since 1997, when Hurricane Nora got awfully close to the Mexican-American border. In fact, since 1950, only 4 hurricanes have gotten as close as this one. K is projected to get sometime around Friday, Saturday. So we are under some really crazy weather right now. Now, on the good side, many people believe that that pushes fish and warm water up the peninsula, and that kind of makes sense. So perhaps that's exactly what we're looking at right now. Captain Tommy Holland said, Phil, you watch, right before the storm, so that's right now, we are going to see some outstanding fishing, really good. Then we'll go through the storm, and when it calms down, Tommy said, look out. It's going to be full speed, incredible, wide open. So we are watching this very closely. There's going to be all kinds of things happening in the very near future. We're going to have to be very careful during the storm. However, remember, you know, you look at the eye, and it's pretty well defined right now, so that indicates that it still has a lot of strength. There's tropical storm force winds that radiate out to about 200 miles. So this is a big storm, going to affect a large area. We probably will get some rain in Southern California, and we're going to get windy weather. It's going to be a crazy time, and watch what happens when these winds interact with our mountainous terrain in Southern California. That can create a whole different dynamic, and wind out of the east, it's just going to be nutso. So we are watching carefully. And then there is the human toll. Some of the impoverished areas of Baja California are going to get way too much rain way too quickly, which results in flash floods, and it can also result in people losing their homes. So we're keeping our fingers crossed that there are no casualties in this really big storm that is moving up the Baja Peninsula, and we will continue to watch it for you very closely. I mentioned that there is 77-degree water in some areas. Now, that is absolutely fantastic, and it's probably going to get warmer. Who knows what we're going to end up with after Hurricane K passes through. But I'll tell you, you get your bait inside the harbor where the water's relatively cool, and you go out into that 77-degree water, and it wants to cook your bait. It really wreaks havoc on your bait. So once again, there were some people that thought the guys on the boats are taking less bait to save money. That is not a thing. It's not even a thing, okay? But you're going to see boats running out of bait in that warm water. It's just part of the game. Got to go along with it, okay? And in most cases, these Dorado are so freaking wide open then you can fish them with dead bait. Take a bait and step on it. All right, down there in Ensenada, fingers crossed for all our friends down there, San Quintin, all the way down the peninsula. Cedros Island is right in the eye of this hurricane. Of course, we're going to be keeping our fingers crossed on that very, very much. Looks like it's going to be close, if not hurricane force winds that pass over Cedros and drop a lot of rain, so we're keeping our eyes on that. But down in Ensenada, right before this hurricane arrives, we are seeing some really outstanding kelp patty fishing down there. It just continues red hot. We're seeing Dorado, a few yellowtail, more marlin all over the place. When will a wahoo be caught? A blue marlin. All of this seems to be in the cards now for the future. And our trips, I've got 3 of them this fall. Man, they are going to be really good. September trip on the Pride sold out. October trip on the Pride, 5th through the 7th, selling out. Relentless out of San Diego, almost gone. Day and a half leaving September 25th. You want info on any of those? 657-227-6459. Send me a text. I'll get back to you and get you signed up for one of those trips. Really great fishing down there in Ensenada right now as it just continues to impress. And of course, what we see down there is what we're going to get up here in SoCal at some point in time. And now we've got a hurricane that's going to shove all that fish, all that warm water, and that tropical influence into Southern California. Don't forget this Saturday, with all this wind and rain, where's a safe place to hang out? Bass Pro Shops, Rancho Cucamonga. We have a podcast going at 1 o'clock and a ton of free gifts courtesy of Daiwa, courtesy of Bob Miner, the general manager of the Rancho Cucamonga store. Bob said, we got a lot of stuff, but it's while supplies last. So get there early, get a seat, and get ready to have a lot of fun, learn a lot during our podcast, and perhaps take home a great prize, like a brand new 20 to 50 pound rated Daiwa rod. That's going to go to somebody out there at this event. Free. It doesn't cost you a cent to get in the raffle, so we are looking forward to that. All right, great scores down there in San Diego, no question about it. We continue to see some really excellent fishing. The guys are going to have to take a little break when this hurricane, and it'll be a tropical disturbance of some kind. I don't know if it'll be downgraded to what, but they're going to take a little break. But for right now, Tommy Holland seems to be right on. It is biting full speed. There's good bluefin scores. There's a lot of yellowfin tuna in the picture right now. Tremendous Dorado fishing. Grande on a day and a half trip, 15 yellowfin tuna, 5 Dorado. Limits of bluefin tuna. And I'm going to kind of mix together LA Orange County based boats and San Diego based boats, even though they fish different areas. I mean, there's nighttime fishing going on southwest of the Coronado Island. There's nighttime bluefin tuna fishing going on up there near San Clemente, as it has been all season long. There's bluefin out on Tanner Bank. I mean, there's a lot of fish everywhere right now. Joe Gallagher, a good buddy of mine, is going by the west end of Catalina Island right now. He'll be checking in with us. So let's take a look. Jeff Wiley, he was on the Tornado, and he was kind enough to check in with Friedman Adventures and say, same old thing. And let's not get bored with it, because same old thing means wide open Dorado. Glad you got in on it, Jeff. Tremendous fishing. Grant Cummings, fishing out of San Diego. Excellent fishing for him. He's a private boater who recently got into this whole game, and he's like a sponge. He soaks up the information. He studies hard. He works hard, and he shares info with us. Grant, so happy you got him. What a tremendous fish. He is up to 64 bluefin on the season. That is one heck of a score and indication of some really great fishing. All right, Anthony Amalfitano, you know, on our live show, he comes on and he asks trivia questions so we can give out all kinds of prizes to you. And the trivia questions are based on the morning briefing. Honest to God, he'll ask a question every once in a while, and I don't remember what it was, or the answer was. He really does such a great job. Anyway, Anthony busted his hand recently, and he's been dying to catch a Dorado. So the guy is a little crazy. He's in a 17-footer out by Catalina Island with a broken hand, and he gets a nice flathead, which made his year complete. Now he wants to get more, but out in that little 17-footer near Catalina Island, which I like that. Although it is dangerous to go alone, so I'm not recommending you do that, but I like his spirit. I like the fact he went out with a broken hand. I like the fact that he was in that small boat, and we love you, Anthony. Good job on that beautiful flathead. So really good stuff. Now, there were boats that had a little bit of trouble, and that happens every single day. If you don't find that right kelp, the one that really wants to bite, then you can have some trouble. Now, that was the case on the Patriot yesterday. Patriot Sport Fishing has been all over the fish out of Newport Land. They saw this big foamer of fish, and the little devils just didn't want to bite. And that's a pretty familiar story this year, where you see them and they don't bite. We had it on the Amigo the other day. We rolled up on that foamer. Perhaps you saw that, and it didn't want to bite. But as the guys on the Patriot made perfectly clear, and they are absolutely right, it's not for a shortage of fish. There are plenty of fish around, tons of fish. I have no doubt that you're going to see it turn on. And maybe Tommy's right. Maybe today it just goes full speed, wide open. And then as this hurricane passes through and we're left with a big south swell, but no wind, I don't know what is going to happen here. It is going to be fascinating to see if we get wahoo, blue marlin, and other tropical species. I'm telling you, 77-degree water is getting hot here for SoCal. It is pretty amazing. The Freedom, man, they were chewing their fingernails yesterday trying to find a kelp, working hard, finding them. Nobody home, dry, getting late in the day, and they find one. And it bites 90 on the Dorado. Nice hit for the Freedom. Way to keep working. That's when it's a really tough day, when you are getting late in the day, you haven't found the right one, and then miraculously it appears before you and you end up with really great fishing. That is fantastic. Also, Enterprise, 100 plus on the flatheads yesterday. El Dorado, 100 plus on the Dorado. Really good fishing. Native Sun, 71 Dorado, 2 bluefin. They lost some fish. They got spooled on some fish. The 2 that they got were 30 to 60 pounders. The other ones looked like they were 100 plus pounders, the ones that they were popping off. So there is so much great stuff going on. KJ, Mag 12 swim baits. He was out, just got in this morning on the Pride, and he said they were biting the 50-pound fly line bait full speed. It doesn't get much better than that. Really great fishing for KJ. The Pride with limits of Dorado. They had a good shot of bluefin also. It simply is mind-boggling how good it is. And if that's not good enough for you folks, how about the Aloha Spirit up there out of Cisco Sport Fishing in Oxnard? The Endeavor's starting to get in on this out of Ventura Sport Fishing. Aloha Spirit, 0 for 10 on the bluefin. Just too big, couldn't stop them. They had 3 Dorado, and they're seeing a significant amount of bluefin and Dorado up there in the Channel Islands, as if their tremendous white sea bass season was not enough for anglers. Now they add an offshore season to it, and a big push from Hurricane K will blow more fish up into that region. I am very sure of that. Joel Lopez, he's a great guy. Joel, good morning. Are you having your cup of coffee with Friedman Adventures? I hope you are, because Joel had a great day on board the Enterprise. He said it was fantastic, and he said changing your bait was absolutely essential. First of all, choosing a good hot bait, number one, and then if you don't get a bite, Joel said, change it. It's a numbers game, Joel said. Change your bait constantly. Getting that bait that wants to get bit. That is such a great idea. Now, Joel fished 25-pound fluoro, and he said it was plenty good. No question about it. He fished a number 4 J hook. I'm just telling you what Joel did, and he had great success doing this. He did say, however, that the 20-pound fluoro was getting bit better, but he had fine luck with the 25, so I'll leave that to you. We like Opsin fluorocarbon, as you well know, www.opsinusa.com. We'll have some Opsin to give away out there at Bass Pro for you to try out. Also, make sure you stop by for that. But he said it was really excellent fishing, and choosing a hot bait, making sure that you're changing that bait regularly, and finally, Joel's sage advice here, keep a good attitude. Really, and that is really such an important thing to connote to all of you, because you know you're going to get tangled, you're going to lose fish. Some guy next to you that doesn't know quite what he's doing, he's new to this, is going to tangle you up. You know, that's a time to just say, there's plenty of fish out there, I'm going to get another one, and in fact, I want to talk to this guy civilly. Hey, you know, the next time you need to follow your fish, just keep it in front of you, keep walking. In fact, if I see you hook up, I'll talk you through it if I'm not busy throwing one on myself. So, Joel, really great stuff, man. Really appreciate you sharing all of that with us. Uh-oh, I hear a noise. I think it's Valentino. It is Valentino, my buddy here in Surfside, California. So there has been flat, great fishing going on. Nice weather here today. We don't have to really worry about that at all. That is going to be perfect. Now, when you're fishing that San Diego tuna, circle hooks are a must. You definitely want to fish circle hooks. Daiwa Secanas, you want to throw a lure that those tuna want to bite. The Daiwa Secanas are really fantastic right now. They are really working well. So keep that in mind, and you may have to drop those hook sizes down. Remember, it's always about the intensity of the bite. If it's going full speed, whether it's Dorado, yellowfin tuna, albacore, bluefin tuna, whatever it is, you can go to the heavy string. If you prefer to fish the light stuff all the time, please have at it, whatever it is you want to do. But remember, hook size, choosing a good hot bait, and the fluoro that you're using all play into this game. All right, down there at Todos Santos Islands off Ensenada, there's a load of yellows there. Same thing at the Coronado Islands, 30 to 50 yellows per boat at the islands. Coronados is not out of the question with bass and barracuda and some other miscellaneous stuff going on there. So that's some pretty good fishing if you ask me. And then we'll move you up to Clemente. You got that nighttime bluefin tuna bite going on. Long range boys up there have been thumping on it and doing really well. A lot of it's over 100 pounds. Some of it is in that 60-pound range, but it's biting on the knife jigs at night really, really, really well. And as I said, good yellow fishing at Clemente. Channel Islands, still some hits on the white sea bass. I mean, think about this for a minute. Hits on the white sea bass, halibut, and then offshore Dorado and bluefin tuna. They're going to catch yellowfin up there too after this hurricane goes through. It's going to get absolutely insane, if it isn't insane already. Along the coast, man, well, this angler had such great halibut fishing. In fact, he had a 2-hour period where he had like 30 bites. Nice 25-inch flatty there. Fishing the surf is so much fun. Love to do it. Lucky Crab lures, they'll bite a chrome crocodile. You fish live bait if you're able to get some smelt or something, keep it alive. That's another great way. But the surf's alive. There's a lot of great fishing going on with regard to Corvina right now. So that bite has been exceptionally good. Light line, natural baits, really working well. But we got so many great things happening, and then one ominous thing happening, and that's Hurricane K. We're concerned about the human toll that it might create on the other side of the border. So we'll watch that very closely as it churns up the Baja Peninsula and will come as close as any storm has since '97 when Nora passed by. It's going to get hurricane strength winds approximately 250 miles to San Diego. When it gets up close to the border, it's going to veer out to the west. That's if the projected pattern is correct, but it could spin some rain and thunder and lightning, all kinds of fun stuff here in SoCal. Remember, those tropical storm force winds radiate out about 200 miles. So we're going to watch that. What comes after that is anybody's guess, man. It is going to be flat crazy. All right, Saturday, 1 o'clock. It's going to be stormy, windy, rainy. You want a safe refuge? It's Bass Pro Shops. Come early, shop around the store, check it out, and then get a seat for the 1 o'clock podcast where we're going to have several guests, have a really great time, and hand out some free stuff courtesy of these guys, courtesy of Blacktail Hooks, courtesy of Bob Miner and the great Bass Pro Shops out there in Rancho Cucamonga. I can't wait. All right, everybody. Can I do this one more time? I salute you all for being here for another morning briefing. Thanks so much. Really, really appreciate it. I will see you on Saturday out there at Bass Pro Shops, Rancho Cucamonga. In the meantime, stay safe and please pay attention to all the alerts. Stay off the water during this tumultuous time. Take care, my friends.